How y'all doing? If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Continuation of a major vintage toy pickup. So the profit on that is from some G.I. Joe vehicles, which I've already sold all the ones I've listed a day later. One of them, the tank, was gone in an hour. The wolf was gone in less than 24 hours. And I haven't listed the other ones yet because I've been working. So we're going to dig into this. I do have a shell that was stuck inside one of those vehicles. There are a few different accessories in here that we're going to have to go through. And the accessories typically are actually worth more than most of the figures. But this all looks very old. So this is a G.I. Joe. We know that. He's got a flipper. One flipper. This is made in Hong Kong, so that's fairly old. We'll set all the G.I. Joes aside and we'll Google Lens them. I had this guy, I know for a fact, but I don't know them offhand typically, but he's in good shape. You know, with vintage G.I. Joes, the things to look for are thumbs. Does he have his thumbs? Because they break when you put guns in them. And the groin breaks for whatever reason. And that rubber band can break. It's pretty loose, but if you collect G.I. Joes, that's just life. I mean, and there's an incredible parts market for these too. These can be reassembled. So, got one G.I. Joe. We've got... This is a very old figure, also made in Hong Kong. I want to say this is an Evel Knievel figure. Tonka 1979. So some of the vehicles, they were in the 82 to 87 range, so kind of gives you an idea. It might, you know, growing up, I had my brother's hand-me-down stuff. So might be a pretty broad age range. I'm just going to throw Tonka figure 1979 in here, and first result is Play People action figure. That's definitely him. Ours is in rough shape, but for the age, I'm not really concerned with it. So it's going to have value more than likely. 434 Play People for sale. And 100 sold, so this will move. Here he is in better shape for $22. So, in better shape for $8. I'm guessing I'm going to end up listing him for $8 because that seems reasonable. Because he is pretty beat up. Throw it on the board. All right. Got a die-cast Tonka. The top is plastic. That may not have any value, but I will dig into that later. I don't know how much of this we're going to get done, but this looks like the speeder bike from Star Wars. Not complete. This does something. Huh. So that's going to be a part. That's going to be another Google Lens thing. We have a gun that mounts to something. This is going to be a vehicle weapon of some kind. That'll be another Google Lens thing. This looks like a G.I. Joe thing because G.I. Joe has their typical slots on their old stuff had these 2 pegs on the end and like a plastic line. That's how you mounted like missiles and whatnot. So that's going to go to something. We've got this bear. No markings on it. It's like almost like a rubber ducky. Probably not going to be worth anything, quite frankly, because I don't think anybody's looking for it. But we're going to Google Lens that too while we're doing it. All right. So this is a busted G.I. Joe, I believe. No, this isn't a G.I. Joe. What is this? 1983 LJN. So that's a fantasy toy company, so I don't know what this is. He's broken, but a toy this old is gonna have value even if he's not in awesome shape. Especially if I can find the other leg. I wonder what property, this might be like a Hanna-Barbera property. Got some kind of soldier. Oh, I sold one of these before. This is Sergeant Rocky, DC Comics. From the 80s. I forget how much I sold them for. But I do, and mine was actually in worse shape than this. He had a broken shoulder. And another DC Comics 1982 Sergeant Rocky. I don't know if that was like a MASH style show. This is odd. Somebody like took his legs off and put them on the other leg. Like these don't line up. If I didn't have toddlers and I'm obsessively looking at their feet to make sure they put their shoes on the right foot. Yeah, they're backwards. I don't know how to fix that. That's somebody who did something goofy. I don't know. He's going to be sold as is. Got another one of these guys. This feels identical. This one's actually in worse shape. It's going to be another one of those. I'd put them together just to ensure I sell them. Play School, Hong Kong, 1976. Richard Scary. Now this looks like this guy, but it's not the same figure. So let's look this guy up. 1976 Richard Scary. That's all before my time. Oh, we take off sold. So 883. So this is like a mailman or something. Richard Scary Puzzle Town. Alright. No, it's a conductor. Okay. The Fox. And this is $8, which makes sense. So we'll see. Yeah, 883. $163 sold. So the pass-through is not bad. All right, and then this is that guy. So this is the same set. Just one of them is doesn't have a base for some reason. Okay, interesting. Well, we'll wait until we get them all together, because I'm probably, depending on value, I'll do them as a set. But that pass-through rate is actually pretty good. So, like, down, it looks like about $5 each. If you do a set, that works. All right. Let's see. All right, yet another Play School guy. Guess I shouldn't have added him to the profit yet until I actually have numbers on this stuff. Keep it as honest as we can. Another Play School guy. It's not quite the same, but it's got to be the same thing because the manufacturer, Fisher Price, Hong Kong. Yeah, the manufacturer's mark is in the same spot. All right, what is this? 1979 Megacorp? I have no idea. This could be like Battlestar Galactica. It looks like he's missing stuff. Like, I kind of... Unless this is like guns, it looks like he'd have something on these. I can't tell if this is front or it's back. Now it's gonna be... I'm afraid somebody was like taking these apart as kids because the legs are weird. But let's look, see if we can figure this out. 19. I can't really see the last digit. MOTU Corp. 1978, I'm guessing. Mecco, Wizard of Oz. I don't know. I don't think this is. It might be Mego. I really can't tell. MOTU Corp at least makes figures. We'll scroll through and see if we can find this purple bastard here. If not, Google Lens will definitely get it. It's going to be something. Micronauts? That kind of... Is this the guy's head? Antron. This guy does look like an ant. We'll go with Antron. There he is. Mego, Micronauts, Antron, alien figure, and yes, he's supposed to have these things on here. Look at the price. $75. Banger. So this dude's selling for 30. Now he's got more than me, but either way, I mean, this is going to be something, and there are pieces in here. So that's really cool. All right, got another, this might be the same thing, maybe not. Sergeant Rocky thing. Looks actually just cheap. Like a cheap army man. All right, we got a metal figure. It's a knight on detail, made in England, Britain's limited 1971. This is interesting. Detail, 1971. I don't know anything about this. I'm kind of guessing it's not going to actually be worth that much. Because there's really nothing different about a figure from that era. Other than, you know, nostalgia factor. Somebody wants this for their grandkids. That at that age, that's pretty much where you're at. Alright, so knights, we got 229 sets for sale. And the individual ones going for $8, $6. Alright. We got more in there, that's cool actually. As I say that, I'd look and there's another one. So that'll be a set of those as well. Alright, that's cool. Got more of, yeah. Oh. This dude's arm's upside down. Somebody took these apart and did stuff with them. And that's going to be a problem, obviously. This has to go to a different guy entirely. In fact, I got another one right here. No, he's fine. He's got the correct hand, so... Alright, we got some kind of gun. Doesn't look like G.I. Joe. Because of where the pegs are, and it's kind of like low quality detail-wise, but it's going to be something. We have a sword. Couldn't guess what this is from, necessarily. Actually, I could go to this dude. That kind of would work. Another Google Lens thing, though. This looks like a G.I. Joe turret. Now, hold on. Nah, it wouldn't be the same. I just sold a vehicle It was missing a turret, but I don't think it was this one. The color scheme's wrong. Got another PayPal. This guy I recognize. This is a G.I. Joe, like a bobcat that went with some dude. So that's an accessory to G.I. Joe. Because I had that guy. We got a purple sword. This guy, missing an arm, possibly. And it's broken. It's actually snapped right off. 1980 Hong Kong Lucas Films? LFL? I don't reckon. The thing is, Star Wars was so heavily monetized. They had a figure for guys, you know, the guys in the cantina. Like, they just made every figure they could. They cashed in big time. So we got Star Wars 1980. I'm just guessing LFL is Lucasfilms or something. I thought he didn't use that until later. But let's see if we can find him. There he is. IG-88 drone. So mine's missing an arm, but parts-wise, somebody would probably grab him. So that'll net a few bucks. God. It's like just a Hot Wheels, but it's entangled in something. There we go. $1980 Kenner. I know Kenner made like Hot Wheels. I'm guessing it's not going to be worth anything. Got another knight for our knight set. So I'm guessing the play school thing here and these knights, however many I end up with, I'll just do like $5 each, free shipping. This is something. And this is, when we talk about pain points on toys, this grappling hook thing, whatever on earth this ends up being, I guarantee that this was one of the most thrown away toys of its era. Because you got to figure a mom vacuuming and it sucks up this thing, or the cat eats it or something. These did not survive. Gotta get this untangled. I feel like this is He-Man. It kind of, size-wise, look-wise, it could be. So we gotta untangle. There are knots in the rope, and those will never come out. At least not by my hands. All right. So the action still works. There's a code on it. Interesting. So this clipped to something or someone. I feel like it's going to be a backpack. But not entirely sure what. It's the same color as this, too. So I'm guessing these two go to the same guy. Alright. More Sergeant Rocky stuff. My friend that does G.I. Joe likes these. That's who I sold it to, so I'm probably going to hit him up separately and see if he wants any. A Dodge keychain, and it looks like very old. Because that's an old, like, style logo. Just look that up for the hell of it. Vintage Dodge keychain. So that's an older logo from... Not seen a year yet. Anyways, how many are these? 773. That way we know if we don't find our exact one, if we should even bother looking. All right, let's just look at sell-through, because I don't know if vintage Dodge stuff is valuable. Yeah, half of them. Huh. So I don't see my exact one, but that's a fantastic sell-through. These are all like 20 bucks. So I'll Google lens the exact one and see, but that's actually a pretty good pickup. Got another one of those guys. So that'll be a good lot. So this is a G.I. Joe. He can't be that old. I recall having this guy. 86. Okay. He's in good shape. Thumbs. One of his hands is different, but I don't know. Hopefully somebody didn't like take this thing apart. Make a nightmare scenario for me. This is us. This Star Wars or Star Trek? PPC. I feel like this is Star Trek. Don't have a year. Let's look up Star Trek figures, vintage. PPC Star Trek. Oh, whoops. Yeah. So who's this? This is this Kirk? Doesn't really look like William Shatner, but 12 bucks. Oh, Kirk. Yeah, I guess it's gotta be. Mego PPC. Okay, so that's the same company as the other stuff. So we got $12 for Kirk. 7 sold. So this is not a Star Trek. I always kind of thought the fandom was fake on that, honestly. Yeah, so these aren't really moving. 600 Kirks and 7 sold. So I will list him just because he's vintage and he's very small and he takes up almost no space. All right, we got, this is definitely a G.I. Joe machine gun. This is something. Gonna have to Google lens that. It's a part. This. Oh. Whoa. Where was that ant guy? What was his name? Antron. Is that it? No. Crap. He had these weird bulbous things. It's similar to, but it's not. There is writing inside, just Hong Kong. Antron figure. It's very similar, but it has nothing to do with it, I don't think. So it's going to be another lens thing. Damn. Got this guy. I've seen these before. I forget where. I think they're just like a Fisher Price dude. He's pretty stiff. Hasn't moved his arms in 50 years, probably. Hong Kong. Fisher Price 1977. I feel like I've priced these out before. We have some kind of like blunderbuss thing. We have another Star Trek. This is Bones, I believe. So that at least allows me to make a lot. And final thing, another one of those high school guys. Man, this is going to take a lot of work to price out. So I'm kind of going to leave y'all hanging here, but I'm guessing I'm going to put together a rough estimate of what the profit margin from that lot is. So 11. It's going to be real rough. I'm guessing we're going to be like in here somewhere, but I mean, these weapons could be like 30 or 40 bucks. So it's just a guess. Somewhere between 165 and 190, I think. So I'm going to identify some of this stuff. I got my dude that buys the stuff off me directly. But yeah, so this was a pretty banging haul, almost a 10 times ROI. I also have the fun codes I didn't bother doing. I'll do them in a different video, might as well. So yeah, it should be about 10 times, I'm guessing, because it's a big bag of fun codes for cheap. So if you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.